Hi bitchlings! Today we are doing Inception style, kind of this weird review of things. I'm sorry if there's kind of an echo here. I'm filming inside because, let's face it, outside not good, cold. Anyway, I wanted to do a first impressions, so this is kind of a quick video on the Netflix new series because everybody knows I binge watch everything, so this is kind of a which reviews Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or Sabrina's Adventures, or whatever the heck is the reboot of the old Sabrina series. So I've watched only 3 episodes just to kind of get you guys quick review because the new series just launched and I want to weigh in on it while it's still fresh. I might do a full review of the first season at some point, but this is just first impressions about a witch series by an actual witch. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm a witch and I just thought I'd kind of like tell you guys what I think about the first 3 episodes so far. So first of all, overall tone, really funny, mysterious and kind of horror elements, which nails everything that I like, also vintage things. So stylizedly, this is a beautifully done series. It looks so quirky, funny, kind of campish, and I really like that. And it has this vintagey vibe, so if you were into, like, for example, Stranger Things, you might also like this kind of setup. This time I guess it's more 90s or 2000s or something, but I found it very like riveting, and I like the color palette of everything, and like stylized wise I really like this one. But then let's get into the things that I don't like. First of all, I don't like feminism, third wave feminism to be exact, intersectional feminism. I'm not into that and I don't think it's a good narrative, but they are feeding it into the series quite a lot, so if you're not very much into intersectional feminism, you might find it kind of annoying that it's such a big part of that, but I guess they had to take it in because like witchcraft and Wicca and different movements that the show was inspired by are kind of feministic in tone, so I guess they kind of took it to this year by making it intersectional. I kind of don't like that. Well, you know my view on feminism is that it's bullshit nowadays, so I just kind of feel like the narrative is forced and there's this weird kind of thing where one of the girls kind of like assaults a guy and then they decide that the guys are assholes for hitting her back, and I was like, what the fuck's happening? Like, you fucking started it, you fucking moron. And she even acknowledges it, like, I started it. But then the other girls are like, let's lynch these guys, and I'm like, what the fuck? What did you expect was gonna happen? That they were just gonna let you assault one of the guys? What the fuck? But anyway, like, there's some weird feminist shit there, and not a fan, okay? Then let's get to the witchy things. I really like the way they do the spells in the series. It's kind of actually like the spells actually sound like real spells to me, which is kind of fun. I also noticed there's Wiccan references there, like thy will be done, so will it be, things like that, kind of like not actual phrases. There's also circle casting, there's things like that that are actual parts of the actual spell work, which I found kind of fun. I also like the fact that circles aren't cast physically. Not always, it's mostly like visualizational work, which is kind of accurate, okay? Most spells are kind of visual work, so I found that's kind of interesting. There were also some rituals, but I like the way the series made them seem very kind of like casual, as they usually are when witches like me work. So I actually found that part like nice. But then let's get into what I didn't like about the first 3 kind of like parts. I don't like the fact, and this might be just the source material of what it's derived from, but everybody there was like, where's it being Satan? no shady business, Satan. Everybody's worshipping Satan in the kind of like the witches are like worshipping Satan, and I'm like, dude, that's not Satan. That's like, well, witches usually don't even acknowledge Satan to be an actual thing, like most witches. And yes, there's Christian witches, which is probably different. They probably like acknowledge his being, but most of us don't even believe in Satan or the devil, so it's kind of weird that they took that route, even though there's a lot of like Wicca related things in it, and most Wiccans don't believe in Satan. So I'm just kind of throwing it out there that they kind of made the nature god I guess into Satan. Like that's probably what they did, and I find that inaccurate, like greatly inaccurate. Also the fact that nobody seems to, like there were witches killing others, so in that way it's not Wiccan again, like nobody kind of like the threefold law or the threefold rule didn't seem to be anywhere there. The if you harm none, do what you will, that was nowhere to be found, even though there were like Wiccan derivative things. So I guess they just took many different things in this eclectic way, and also from like Christian mythology because of the Satan and the devil things, and I just found that part kind of hugely inaccurate. So because many or most witches don't even see Satan as a real thing, and even less people like worship that dude, so it's like almost nobody kind of like worships the devil or Satan, like that's Satanism, and it's a completely different thing. So I'm kind of like, what? Like that part was to me like kind of old-fashioned, I guess, but it might just be the source material. So that's like my main critique. I guess like portraying witches as harmful and satanistic was my main kind of like focal point of what the fuck's going on. And they even bring like Wicca there, like super greatly. Like there's this group called Wicca, and it's a feminist group, basically. That's what I gathered from it, and they call it Wicca, which kind of made me, don't drag my Wicca into your feminism. I'm just kind of, well, yeah, that was kind of icky to me, like to put Wicca's name into something like that when some Wiccans aren't even like part of that, but whatever, okay. So that's my main criticisms about the Sabrina series so far. So far, if you take it lightheartedly as an adaptation, that's not accurate, and I know it's not supposed to be accurate, okay, but it's just fun to watch, and I would give this series, from the first 3 episodes, I'd give it a solid 7.5, I think, mainly because I would like it to be a little more accurate, but I'm still kind of, I like the kind of like overall theme, and there being familiars, spells, circle casting, actual life things. It kind of makes it more believable, it's kind of fun, I kind of like it, so as long as you look at it not as an accurate representation of witchcraft and spell work, it's kind of a fun little thing. So yeah, I hope you like this kind of small first kind of like 3 episode review. I might do a whole one if you guys want, and I might even talk about certain scenes in there and what goes wrong and what goes kind of right and what's kind of accurate and what's not. If you guys want that kind of react series, I might be able to do something like that, but yeah. I see you guys in my next video. Bye, bitchlings!